Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, your budget coach, and I help high achieving women reach and exceed their financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. I do this by working with them in group fashion, one on one, done for you services, or done with you services, whichever you need. I'm here to provide. Today we will be discussing what's our topic? Mistakes to avoid planning ahead. So October is the month of financial planning. Today is the last day of the month, but today we will be discussing just top mistakes. So if you missed any of the lives that we had this month, we talked about planning ahead for holiday shopping, planning ahead for major life events, planning ahead for retirement, planning ahead for vacation. So we talked about a lot of good things this month. So if you missed any of those lives, go back, check them out as they are there. Thank you guys for hopping in. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for listening. All right. So before I get into it, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. This helps me out a lot. Thank you for tuning in. I was looking today right before I got on live. I was like, oh my gosh, we've already exceeded 45 lives for the year already. So we've been going live every Tuesday since the first Tuesday in January. I just can't believe there's been that many lives. So I'm just excited. So thank you to everyone who shows up with me every Tuesday or any Tuesday, because you don't have to show up. I just want to say I appreciate you, and I hope that these lives are helpful for you. And it is my goal and my desire to hop on, give you some tips, and then let you go on about your day. Not have you, for a long time, but just to give you some tips to help you truly enhance your finances. So just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to give you four mistakes to avoid. So number one, if you're new, I just peek over because that's from my notes, so I know which topics I'm talking about. So number one is underestimating your costs. So just budgeting in general, when you underestimate your costs, it's almost like you're not almost like it's definitely you're guaranteeing your budget not to work. So let's just say you're planning on things and you actually created your budget. You're trying to work with the plan, but you underestimated what you have going on. So let's say you $2,000 is about the income that you have, and then you're estimating your expenses to be $1,500. So in your mind, you have extra money available. I can do this, I can do that. I got other plans, and depending on what type of budget you have, you're able to plan other things with that excess money. Now, if you underestimate, your costs, and then all of your expenses actually total up to $1,999, then what do you think is going to happen with your budget? It's going to fail. It's not going to be successful because there's no way for it to possibly work because you didn't include everything in there. So you're not able to, you know, do everything you need to. So you're able to do everything that you have to do, so to say, because there is enough money to do what you're supposed to do as far as expense wise. But because you didn't put everything in there, you went over. You're going to go over because you had extra money, so you thought of other things you could do with that extra money. So I encourage you to think about the little things. So think about, when it comes to your house, think about things that you have to get that, most times people don't put it in their budget. So if you're tuning in, if you have some ideas, whether you're watching live or the replay, definitely put some in the comments. What are some things that for the household that you forget to put in your budget? One that I, thought about was batteries. Who puts batteries in their budget? A lot of people don't. Think about that. Think about light bulbs. Think about there's a lot of small things. I'm not going to go down the list, but just think about things that you use that you don't typically put in your budget. Now it's not something you're going to need all the time. Now what about toilet paper? It's stuff you're going to need that you do need, but you don't always think about. So it affects your budget because you're not putting it in there. So think about things. Think about how often you need those things. That's how often you should put it in your budget. So think about it. You can think about what else I have on here for your car. A favor for me. We always think about our car payment, our car insurance, but we don't think about those oil changes. We don't think about, when we might need a tire. What about car washes? Think about inspections. If you're in a state that has inspections, our state in Pennsylvania, we have inspections yearly. So these are things that need to be in our budget. And, maybe, you don't get them every month, but it's something that should be in your budget. Let's see. Yes. Oh, thank you. My lives are very helpful. Thank you so much. Um, Or I have on here also vacations. So vacations, think about other things that you had to worry about on your vacation if you're not going to an all-inclusive. What about, don't forget about your food. Don't bring so little bit of money, or don't not plan for it, don't underestimate it, so then you go on vacation and you're spending all this extra money and then you can't do other things because you didn't, a plan for it, or you're spending money that you're supposed to use on something else. Overestimating your costs. So for this one, you're going to waste money. So if you think about it, if you, now myself included, when we find some extra money, it's like, all right, wait a minute, what did I say I wanted to do? Oh, I wanted to go get this, I wanted to go get that. And there's nothing wrong with getting the things that you want. You know what I mean? You find some extra money, but just think about it. If you had planned for this money, you probably would do something, that's more beneficial for you, with that money. And then having a budget, you put in all those things that you want and think about, so you can still stay on track. But having, underestimating, you're going to kind of waste money. So let's say I find $500 extra. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to go get such and such. Whatever that thing is that you like and enjoy, that you might, be on a moderate amount of it, and then you find extra money, you're going to go do it instead of putting it on a bill, putting it in savings. There's things that you would do differently if you knew what you had and what you were working with in full. So just do things that make sure your money is working for you. So when you underestimate, you'll have extra money, but don't splurge it all. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Number 3, not saving for specific events. So when we don't save for specific events, we, what do? We'll spend money that we weren't supposed to spend. We'll spend money we're not supposed to spend, or we'll use our credit cards. So think about things like birthdays. Birthdays are a big deal for me. I don't know about everybody else. Birthdays are a big deal. So we do things for our birthdays. If we don't think about those, we don't consider these events. We don't consider when we go out what we're going to be doing. Sometimes we might go to dinner. Sometimes we might take a little mini vacation. Sometimes we might, go out and do an activity. But if we don't plan for events like this, okay, we're not, going out to $7,000, but depending on what you go out and do, that really could make or break your budget. So just plan ahead for those things. And then number 4, lastly, is just not adjusting our budget. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Not adjusting our budget. So this is a major part of planning ahead. So when things change in your life, it's important for you to update or adjust that budget. So let's say, you got a raise. Account for that raise. Adjust your budget. You have extra money. Now, what do you want to do with this extra money? Are you going to put it on extra things? Could you be putting it towards that vacation? Could you be putting it towards a special event you have coming up? Could you be putting it towards your birthday? Or, you know what I mean? Just think about those things. Adjust your budget. Or do you want to put it towards your retirement? Do you want to put it into some stocks? Do you want to just think about those things? So just make sure to adjust. Or let's say you paid off an expense. You have gotten rid of a debt. Now you got extra money. What are we going to do with this? Or you could have gotten a new bill. Maybe you went and got a new vehicle. So now you have a new car note. So now you have to adjust for, now you have this new expense. So now I have to adjust some other things, decrease some other things to make things work out better for me, because now I have, more money that has to go out. So just remember and be mindful to make adjustments. Things are changing a lot and very often nowadays. So what you paid for something last month, you might not pay that same amount this month. So just make sure you're going in. Those little adjustments will make things run smoother, will make you more comfortable, will make things, be more relaxing. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Will make you, more relaxed in your budget and being able to stick to your budget, because it's going to be tailored to your actual, daily living. So when things happen, update and adjust that budget is so important. That I think that's probably the number 1. I had it as number 4, but I think that should be number 1. So just make sure when things happen, you get an increase in your pay, or maybe you got different amount of taxes. Sometimes if we move, taxes in one area could be different than what your taxes you might pay in another area. So that can affect your paycheck. So either you could have more money in your paycheck, or you can have less in your paycheck. It just really depends. I know when I moved, maybe 5-6 years ago, I moved and I was like so excited to update my address at work. And I'm like, all right, I'm thinking like, all right, so it's gonna be cheaper over here. So let me just change it. And I changed it. I was so fast. I mean, I changed it the day the day I moved. And then my next check, I was so pissed off because the taxes were higher in that area, because I should have looked at those taxes, not preparing for my budget. but I prepared shortly afterwards. But it went up. And then so they took more money out of my check, and my check was smaller. I mean, it wasn't like a big change, but it was enough change that I was like, excuse me, so just be mindful of things. Different things will affect your income and your expenses. So when these things happen, be sure to go back and just adjust that budget. Adjust that budget. I wanted to talk to you guys about my Black Friday sale, only if you're interested. Do you guys want to know what it is? It's so early. But if you want to know if I get somebody in the comments that is interested, I'll definitely let y'all know what it is. But those are my tips for today. Thank you for hopping in, and be sure to update your budget. When anything happens, be sure to set those financial goals. Today is the last day of the month, so we're getting ready to roll right into the next month. You have 2 months left in 2023, starting tomorrow. So you have 2 months left. What are you going to do with those 2 months? Make those 2 months count. Do what you have to do to be a success in your finances. Don't be the person that says, "Well, this year's already went like this. I'm gonna start fresh in the new year." No, start now. So come the new year, you've already got progress. You've already got traction. You've already like took off. Like you're already ahead of the game. You're already ahead. Tell us. All right, all right, all right. See, I didn't want to be pushing if you guys aren't interested. And it's only for Black Friday. It's no other access or nothing like that. So you still would have to wait, but just you guys will be the first to find out what it is. So I have a community, which I talk about quite often on here. I'll mention different things about it, but my community, the Financial Freedom Mastermind, is a community that we work to improve your money management skills by actually working and doing things. So every month there's a financial challenge, and we're doing things. We're working on our budget. We meet weekly. There's modules, and that's what's going to be on sale. So it's for 1 year. The regular price is $564 for 1 year. But Black Friday only, it's going to be $199 for the whole year. Only for Black Friday. So if you've been thinking about the community, or if you've been in the community and you want to get back in the community, or if you want to check it out, join for 1 month. Um, Actually, the price of 1 month, even if you stay for 4 months, month to month, is more expensive than if you did the Black Friday sale for the whole year. So something to think about. Or if you want to hop in the community right now and try it out before the Black Friday sale goes live, I don't know. But I'm just saying that is the lowest it has ever been, lowest it will ever be. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. I'm thinking that can help a lot of people to really jumpstart their 2024, to get into 2024 and really have their finances together, have a game plan, understand their finances, make the better decisions. And I'm just excited about it. So that's my sale. So you guys know what it is. So it is my community for 1 year access for $199. And that is a steal. But next week, what do you guys want to talk about next month? Put it in the comments, and then I'll come back and watch the comments, because in case this cuts off before your comments, I know there's a little bit of a delay. So definitely just put it in the comments, because I have to figure out my topics for November and December, what we're going to talk about. Finish our year strong. We're almost at a full year of going live every Tuesday on YouTube. I am so excited, so proud of myself. So thankful for you guys for tuning in every week with me. I thank you. I appreciate your dedication, your motivation, your interest, all of that. So I don't say it all the time. I mean, I might say it all the time. I'm not sure, but just thank y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. And again, I hope this is helpful for you. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great evening and happy budgeting. Set those financial goals if you haven't done so already. Get ahead of next month. Setting the goals give you something to work towards and push towards, and just keep going. So set those financial goals. You don't understand how important they are to your financial success until you start it and create that goal and start working towards it. The community is very nice. I enjoy being community. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. All right. Good night, guys. Have a good one.